Hello. Had an interesting few days. Over the last weekend, a big storm came through here in California. And record rainfall. It snowed really bad one night, knocking over some trees and power lines over my driveway. But power just came back on today. So I've been sawing wood, loading my fireplace, keeping my grandma's fireplace going, keeping the generator going for my grandma, stuff like that. Manly mountain things. But so the night before this happened, this power outage, I had a really cool, insightful dream, and I had been having like half lucid dreams, where I have like some say in what's going on, but I'm not that aware that I'm awake, which I kind of like. Lucid dreams they're great. It's it's just really intense being in the dream world and awake. If I'm fully awake and in the dream world, I'll tend to wake up. But so the dream that I had, it really shifted around, and it was like my direction. Like I'd be at a scene, and I would say, I wouldn't say, I would just think, I'm over this, let's go do something else, and then it would change, and I'd be in another scene or space. And several times during that, when I was about to change the dream, I pulled up like this screen, like okay, imagine sometime down the line we have computers where you can put a chip in your brain that's, that can put like an interface screen in front of your eye. It was exactly like that, with little rows of red letters, just like I see. Well, when I see it in waking world, I usually will see 3 or 4 letters at the most, or numbers. Letters and numbers is usually what they are. English letters, Arabic numbers. So typical of what's in my brain training for my life. But so I'd pull up the screen and I'd select a different code, and okay, I want this code, and then I go to a different scene. And when I woke up, I was like, whoa, oh my god. I'm glad I remember. I mean, I don't know how I could forget, but, that happens with dreams. Forget the important thing until forever. And then, oh yeah, well, that was a crazy, awesome dream. Yeah, so that's been some kind of insight to know that I can program my reality by way of dreams, by way of waking thoughts. It's like being a computer programmer of myself. Pretty much what magic is, I guess. Magic, consciousness expansion, sorcery, whatever you want to call it. Programming your reality with your mind. Which is nice to be able to do. To some degree, because my higher self seems to have higher or highest, any one of them, seem to have my better interest in mind a lot of the times. So I just kind of have to relax. And another one of the cool sayings that have come into my mind has been to relax myself completely, but to do the best that I can. And a lot of stuff that's been coming in and out of my brain, well, I know it's from the highest order of light beings that surround me, and some of the general consciousness leaks through with some panic, fear, that's been kind of, it's felt very apocalyptic, being with the event in Japan. There are many events in Japan, being with the storm that's come through. Very apocalyptic feeling. I mean, that's okay. I don't really think like that, but I can get the feeling of that coming from other people. So it is what it is. But yes, this is really giving me kind of a new lease on the red letter phenomenon as something that I don't really have to try to figure out, just as more something that's going to flow and be part of my reality. A tool for programming my reality. That's what it seems to be. And even though I see it and it feels like when I see it, I'm not really participating in the creation of it, but obviously now I know that I am. It's not a byproduct of being an experiment. Like at one point I thought, like, you know, what if I'm an experiment? Well, it seems like pretty much the Earth is, to some degree, an experiment, but this specific phenomenon is not. Not an experiment that someone else is forcing onto me, which would be the paranoia version that I had thought of, along with other things that I thought it could have been before. So that's good to know. Also helping me to know, yes, that it's a biological simulation to be in this plane, and that I can access different planes through these various phenomena that I experience through third eye experience. Breathing break. Okay, so but I've also had more telepathy going on, and it kind of had subsided a little bit but subsided in my conscious mind. My subconscious mind is obviously always telepathic, but it's been leaking more into my consciousness as I've been distracting myself less, as I've been having less of my own thought mazes, if that makes sense. I can get in the thought maze and go around in the thought maze until I get to the end, or get lost and forget about it. That doesn't really happen to me that much now, and knowing that not really all of my thoughts are coming from me, probably a very small percentage of the thoughts that I think are coming from the consciousness that inhabits my body. So that's kind of interesting. Having consciousness projected through me, increasing my knowingness to know that that's what's happening, increasing my awareness of what other people are experiencing. I know the air quotes are cliche, but, you know, just gotta throw that in there once in a while. But yeah, so this helps me with my forgiveness. To be able to contact people's higher selves and to see what's going on with them for real. And then know that, okay, well, this is just their path. I can just let it go. Whatever it may be, whatever they, you know, just could have been grumpy. You know, I'm not saying anybody's been, nobody's been grumpy or anything really towards me. It's just things that I witness, or, you know, the insights that I want to have with people that I'm interacting with. So I want to find out what's going on, so I can get a feeling for why they're acting the way they're acting. Very, you know, very useful thing to be able to do, to say, okay, ask, you know, so-and-so's highest self, what's going on with your lower self that I'm dealing with on the physical plane here. It doesn't have to be all these words. I can just say, you know, I can just project a thought out about that person to see, oh, what's going on with them. And then it'll download to me their current life path challenges that they're dealing with. You know, outside confirmation of this is very hard to get. I mean, anything. And I just have to know that, you know, the world's in here. The world's in my chest. Well. Okay, we won't get too esoteric in this video, but yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I hope you all are well. Thank you for watching. I love you all so much. I'm glad you're a part of me. I'm glad I'm a part of you here on the YouTube. Alright. Namaste.